Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to continue what we started yesterday talking about troop focuses. Today we're going to go all into cavalry and look at upgrading our gear, runes, totems, holystones, glory, and everything related to cavalry. First thing that you should notice is your gear always has two sets of stats on it. So you really have two options for upgrading cavalry. You can go all in on cavalry attack with these two, sword and the necklace, or you could go with the two that have your primary and secondary, which is what I personally like to do just because it's a little bit more economical. So in that case, we'd be using our sword and our helmet as the first two that we upgrade. These other two pieces that have archer have stats on them, but you have a choice. You can either go full on attack and go with these two, or you can go economical balance and keep cav, inf, cav, and go with these two. Most people will completely disregard the ones down here that haven't got any cavalry stats, at least until they're really working on their secondary. That's the order that I usually upgrade. I will always try to max out my primary attack first, and then I usually bring up the one with the primary defense and secondary attack, but you can choose to do either way. There's no right or wrong with this. Next up is runes, and this is just full cav here. There is no mixed stats on these, so these are pretty straightforward. Going forward and updating all of your cavalry ones first and ascending, and then moving down the line and ascending the next one. And then, of course, the same thing with the totems. Some people will do primary with their cavalry, and then once this is 2-star, bring this one up to 1-star. Same and equally valid is to just get everything with your cavalry all the way up to 3, and then start working on your infantry once there's nothing else you can do on your cavalry. Holystones are another one that has multiple stats on it, so here this is all of our troop type attacks, and then our troop defense and HP. Our eternal holystone has our primary troop defenses, and then troop attack and troop defense. And then, of course, our life holystone has HP for all 3 troop types, and then the troop attack and troop HP. So I like to go for our primary attack first. So I would go for the strength holystone, and then I go for troop attack, which you'll find here in the life holystone, and you'll also find in eternal. So there's no right or wrong here, but I do generally prefer to upgrade in the order of attack, defense, then HP, which is why I would go down the line here and do strength, eternal, and life. Looking at Draconic, this is the same thing almost as the gear. It has multiple stats on it. Our cavalry attack is on the fiery stone and the meteorite stone. The meteorite stone has cav attack and inf HP, so that is similar to the gear where it's our primary and our secondary. The other one that has both primary and secondary is the frigid stone, which is cav, defense, infantry attack. So if you're trying to keep with that stat of moving your primary and your secondary together, you might be doing meteorite and frigid. Otherwise, if you're focusing on your primary attack, your cav attack, you're going to be doing meteorite and fiery, even though this archer defense is going to be a little bit of a wasted stat for you here. Let's talk glory next. This one is very important to get right from the beginning. There is absolutely no way to reset glory, so this is very, very key. The first place that I always put glory is into the camp for your primary. So in this case, cavalry attack on my cavalry camp. As I mentioned, I always then go to my defensive stat, and defense for cavalry is on my wall. So whenever I get enough, I then start putting points into my cavalry defense. And then the last one, I would upgrade my cavalry HP, which is in my weapons forge. So 1, 2, 3, cavalry attack, cavalry defense, cavalry HP. Then we start troop. So once those are all about as high as they go, I start my troop attack. There's a couple places we go for this, but the war hall has the biggest bang for your buck as far as a pure stat. Increase to troop attack here of over 1%. The vehicle workshop is a 0.5%, but it's got other troop stats on it. Citadel also almost 1%. So I would go, personally, I do weapons forge, citadel, and then I do the vehicle workshop, and then I start looking at my troop defense and my troop HP. Troop defense is on the lookout, and troop HP is in the wishing pool. And basically once I've got all of those maxed out, then I start thinking about my secondary, which would be my infantry. That is how I go about upgrading glory. I am not going to talk about heroes today. I'm going to save that for another day, my friends, because it's a whole different topic. It's a little bit different nuances. So as always, I hope this was helpful. Make sure you're liking, subscribing. I'll have the other 2 troop types coming out next, and then I will go into heroes. We've got a lot of ground to cover. I'm putting this all in a playlist. Hope it's helpful. We'll see you in the next one.